I'm Rick Hiatt from Pontiac, Illinois, and I'm with my brother today, Russ Hiatt, and we're here to just introduce ourselves. I've been in farm management probably about 43, 44 years. It's been a passion of mine to be in agriculture all my life. Actually, I got my first job in farm management at a bank, and that was a very rewarding experience. Then several years later, after about 26 years in the banking business, I went out on my own and created Hiatt Enterprises. And we've been managing farmland and doing appraisals and working with farmers for a long, long time. I'd like to introduce my brother, Russ Hiatt, and let him tell about himself for a little bit.
Well, thanks, Rick. I too share the passion for agriculture that my brother has. It's been our pride and our legacy to follow behind our father, who was a farm manager. We have been involved in farm management myself since 1979, so it's 42 years of farm management for me, and it's really been a rewarding experience. I've really enjoyed the opportunity to work with a diverse group of both landowners as well as farmers. We've got close to 28,000 acres between the two of us that we manage on behalf of clients, and it's been a journey of representing our clients' interests in their farm and being their eyes and their boots on the ground and making decisions on their behalf. And another thing is how we buy our inputs and make decisions on inputs and how that intertwines into, one, representing the client's goals on operating their farm, taking care of the soil, improving the soil, making it as productive as we can, working with the farm operator on those input decisions because he's got a vested interest in paying for part of that cost. And we jointly work as a team to make all of those decisions relative to the operation. And I think that really kind of speaks to Rick's and my philosophy in farm management as a whole, that team concept, the fact that we have a landowner who's interested in their farm, willing to put money into their farm for capital improvements, for conservation work, for buying the inputs and the products. They're very understanding that that's a necessary use of capital, and a farm operator that's also interested in achieving the client's goals, but also interested in maximizing the production and using the best economic return and using inputs responsibly. And then our management that capitalizes on the resources of the landowner and the farm operator so that we can bring the whole thing together and bring it to success and a win-win for everybody.
And of course, marketing's a challenge always, and nobody has a crystal ball on that, but we have tools available to us with marketing, with options and puts and calls. We also get several newsletters from marketing services. We watch the market ourselves and keep track of that on a daily basis. So there's a lot of those things that play in to make a very rewarding experience for that landowner. But you need to know what that landowner's objectives are for that farm, both short-term and long-term. And that helps you put a plan in place so that you achieve those objectives for the landowner. And it's very rewarding at the end to see that happen. We also have different tools available in what works best for the landowner as far as leasing options. We have the crop share leases, which we share the crop and share the inputs. There's cash rent. And today, one of the most rewarding ones is the flexible cash rent, where we maybe have a base that kind of protects the landowner, yet isn't too much cost for the tenant. But when times are good, production and price, everybody wins, and they win proportionally, and it's pretty fair operation for all concerned. And then there's some farms that might justify just doing everything and just hiring an operator to come in and perform the operations, the tillage, the combining, the planting. But we have all of the crop, and we pay for all the inputs, and really it's kind of a risk knowledge of that landowner and how they want the farm operated. How much control do they want, or how much sharing do they want to do?
And as you mentioned, the various lease type go right in and speak to the client's goals and objectives and what they want, and we can customize that lease to meet those goals and objectives and have a win-win with the tenant farmer as well as the landowner. And again, we walk away with a real positive story. I've often said that the strongest structure that you can build out there is that of a triangle or a pyramid built on the concept of 3 legs. If we have a strong landowner, that's a strong leg to stand on. If we have a strong farm operator, that's a strong leg to stand on. And if we're strong as a farm manager to bring together those resources, we've got a structure that's just almost indestructible.